Is live in studio. Always good to welcome our buddies from the FBI, Tony Thomas and Special Agent Daniel Polk. Gentlemen, good morning. Looking sharp and dapper as always.
You,
Good gotta wear the suit.
Is
You
that
I mean, when you're doing something like this, you gotta look the part.
But day to day, is there an FBI dress code?
I mean, look, Netflix does us a lot of favors by, I apologize, even though you're hearing my radio voice, but I am much smaller than what you're picturing on Netflix. So, but when we can, we wear the suit, try to look the part.
Well, always welcome to have you, and especially now is, Clark's Christmas Kids, by the way. Let me update that in this holiday season. Deborah, we still need 5,539 gifts for Clark's Christmas Kids. You can donate online right now at WSBRadio.com or Clark'sChristmasKids.com. Holidays come and the scammers come out en masse, and I'm glad you guys are coming in to share some of the current holiday scams going on there that the listeners need to be wary about.
Yeah, Mark, I think for me, I felt convicted personally. I went home over Thanksgiving and I kind of realized this is the one time a year where we get together with our friends, our family, and I'm thinking about our parents and grandparents in particular. And scammers just recognize this is the time of year where we do a lot of shopping, and with a lot of shopping comes shipping. And so there's different scams that are focused on each. If you're on Instagram or social media, we're seeing a lot of very tailored ads. My mom got one for a dress that looked like it was 90% off, and it was tailored to her. It was a company she followed, but the ad was malicious. It was designed to look just like it. She connected her PayPal, and that money's gone.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, it happens. And so really what I did is I told my mom, hey, get all your friends together. I didn't know my mom had this many friends. She got together half the town I'm from.
Yeah.
And I did a talk, on scams. And so what we're trying to do is just raise awareness. So what we did is created a website, fbi.gov/holiday talk. And what we're trying to get people to do is have this talk with your family. Make it a tradition where you talk about scams for maybe 10 minutes. And that 10 minutes can maybe help save them for the rest of the year.
I'm freaking out as you say that because I'm pulling up my Instagram account and I get, the algorithms on social media are insane. Like they tell me what I want when I didn't even know I wanted it. And I'm pulling up this ad right now. And Deborah, it's a sweatshirt that just says what? Read what it says on that sweatshirt.
Chicken parm.
Chicken parm. It's nothing. It's just red letters of chicken parm. And I'm like, I need the chicken
Fire.
parm. I was like, yeah. So I'm like,
Instant buy.
I saved it so I can buy it later. Now I'm like, oh no, is this a targeted scam knowing that I love chicken parm?
It could be. They read your algorithm and they're like, Mark needs the chicken parm sweatshirt. But what I would encourage you to do is when you save something like that, go outside of Instagram, open up Safari or Chrome, find that company's legitimate website. And the pause you need to take is when you Google that company, the first result that comes up might say promoted next to it. And that's the second way we see people targeting people over the holidays.
Interesting.
Promoted Google results. And so find the trusted link, go to that link, and if that chicken parm sweatshirt is still there for sale, do it. If it's not, it's too good to be true.
That's all right. So I forgot what I was searching for a couple of days ago. You know what? I was trying to find out how much my piece of junk car is worth. I'm like, I got to get a new car. So I wanted to go to CarMax or Carvana. My wife told me, he's like, go to the site and they'll tell you how much the car's worth. So I just Googled whatever it was. It might have been Carvana. And then the first 5 results were sponsored results.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Carvana. Just like that's a great word of wisdom there.
Yeah, and we'll see sites that look like Carvana.us or Carvana.xyz, right? And it looks exactly like the legitimate site, and it's just cloned and designed to harvest that credit card information or whatever you end up providing in that sale.
At what point, and I don't know, put you on the spot, Special Agent, but at what point is Google or Instagram or Facebook, can they be held accountable? Like, you are profiting off of these scamsters, and I hope the chicken parm sweatshirt is legit because I really want it. But shouldn't there be some sort of mechanism for these big tech companies to be like, to recognize, oh, this is a scam site, this is an impersonating site, this shouldn't be on our venue?
So anytime we work with large companies like Google, Meta, others, and I would encourage listeners, if they see something that is suspicious, the first thing they need to do is flag that. And there's usually ways you can just right click on it and report it. And we see a very, very high success rate of those companies immediately taking those ads down. It can be really challenging to sift through all of the amount of promoted links where people are paying to put these up there. It is a business model. And I think at the end of the day, my personal opinion would be is we see tools like AI get better at things that humans are not good at
Mhm.
and spotting inconsistencies. Hopefully some of these companies, as they start to implement some of these tools, can be quicker at finding what are malicious. But unfortunately right now it still relies a lot on you and me
Self-reporting.
to self-report.
Yeah. It's interesting. Special Agent Daniel Polk, Tony Thomas from the FBI joining us live in studio on the Mark Arum Show. Tony, back in 1987, when you and I went Christmas shopping,
Right.
we would go to the mall or J.C. Penney or whatever. But now, Deborah, the record number of money we're spending online, whether it was Black Friday or what's the name for the Monday?
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday, and then Green Thursday or whatever. Like billions are being spent online. It's a lot easier to get scammed online than when Tony and I would go to buy jeans at JCPenney back in the day.
And they build it up as it's the same old pitch, though. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Do it now, do
Yeah.
it now. And that's what they're doing. And that's why we're out telling everybody they'll listen. The first thing you do, just pause,
Mm-hmm.
hold on, and then call a friend, call your loved one,
Yeah.
call somebody who's
Call Deborah.
call Deborah, who's
Scam-proof.
sound mind
Yeah,
and gonna, call a friend.
Yeah.
And then third, as he said, go to the actual website.
Yeah.
If you do those three things, you'll avoid most of the scams.
I mentioned Clark's Christmas Kids, Agent Polk, and this is the time of the year where Americans are most generous, right? We're giving back to the community, finding our charities. Are there any scams online that we need to be aware of when it comes to charitable giving?
100%. Mark, I think the tragic part for me is scammers recognize this is the time where people are trying to be kind. They're trying to be generous. They're trying to be charitable.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm seeing that is the most alarming is the long con, where the initial text message that comes out of the blue, hey, Sally, I need to meet you tonight at 6. And you text back, hey, I'm not Sally.
I'm not Sally.
And they act very kind. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thanks for texting. You seem like a nice person. Anyone who's kind and, just responding back, it's the initial hook that then starts these relationships. Tony mentioned calling a friend. A lot of the folks, our loved ones, are alone.
Yeah.
And they don't have these checks. And what we see is the long relationships develop where now all of a sudden they realize they're talking to a quote unquote soldier overseas who now needs help. And, this idea of wanting to be kind and charitable is something that scammers will prey on. And so really my hope is that as we get into this season where we sit with our parents, we sit with our grandparents, have this new holiday tradition where you talk for a few minutes about these types of scams. I recognize that might be a weird talk to have. So we put that website together.
There are weirder talks.
There are certainly.
There are weirder talks.
Why do you have 3 chicken parm sweatshirts? This is getting alarming. But yeah, FBI.gov/holiday talk. We have a video that's about 10 minutes long, resources with screenshots to walk your parents through how to change certain settings on their phones to make it harder for scammers to target them.
FBI.gov/holiday talk. Special Agent Polk, Tony Thomas, great stuff. Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for warning the listeners. This is the prime scam season for sure. And I'll keep you posted and let you know if that chicken parm sweatshirt.
Yeah, let us know if it comes in or not.
I was so excited, Deborah. Like a chicken. There's nothing. It just says chicken parm. There's no graphic. There's no nothing. Probably a scam site. Appreciate it, gentlemen.